What's up, my good people? Happy Sunday, happy new month to you all. Hope everyone is having an amazing weekend. And the Potter here again, and I'm back with another banger analysis for you guys. So without wasting much of your time, let's quickly dive into today's episode. And I'm going to be kicking off this one with the Gbpusd pair, because if you guys remember on the last video that I made about 2 weeks ago, the market was trading around this area, and I told you guys that I'm expecting the market to give something like a double top before we see the significant drop to the downside, because the institutions were taking profits on their long position and getting into short slowly. So I was expecting this market to give something like a double top before we start seeing that massive drop to the downside. And ever since then, look at how the market has played out. The market is currently forming a reversal pattern known as the head and shoulder. This is the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder here before we start seeing the drop to this downside. And some people were asking me on Twitter and a couple of DM that I got from some newbies on the market, how do I know that the institutions were taking profits on the market, and how do I always base my analysis based on the supply and demand? You have to understand that the market moves based on supply and demand, the buyers, where the buyers come into the market and where the sellers come into the market. That's why I love using the supply and demand methodology to identify where the big monies actually come into the market to trade along with them using the CFCT data. Because one thing that the CFCT data does for me is that it gives me inner information what the institutions are doing with their position before it even happened. That's why you always see me cause out trade that will happen a week or 2 weeks time. I will be calling it out now. You'll be wondering like, what is this guy doing? And at the end of the day, if you have been paying attention to my videos and to my chat, you will see that 80 to 90% of them always plays out as expected. Because one thing I have learned on my years of trading is that you have to know what the big money, the people that moves the market, are doing. Because the truth is that the big monies are the ones that move the market, like the hedge funds, the institutions. So when I come across the COT report, which you can find on the website, on one of my videos, the CFCT website, where the big money submit their positions on weekly. So what I do is that I collect these data together every week. I put them on spreadsheet. I monitor what they are doing with their position, if they are adding on their long or if they are adding on their short. I monitor it, and I monitor when is their max out on long and when is their max out on short. So those gives me inner information on what the market is doing. So let's quickly look at the data on Gbpusd, because I want to make this video as short as possible. Okay, this is the Gbpusd data. Let's look at their Amasat number on long. As you can see, their Amasat number on long is 488,489, something like that, and on their short is 154,300. That's their max out number on long and short. And let's look at what has been going on the data for about 2-3 months now. If you look around here, you see that on July 23rd, the institution got to their max out number on long, 188,000, and ever since they got to that their max out number, you can see that they have been slowly taking profit on their long position and slowly adding on their short position. But the institutions has been playing games with their position. That's why you need this information to know what is going on the market, how to trade. You can see that since they start taking profit, they took profit for complete 3 weeks. They added back on those long for complete 3 weeks. Then they took profit again for 2 weeks. They added again for 3 weeks. You can see that ever since they got maxed out, the price has not really dropped aggressively, because they have been playing with their position. And if you look at the Gbpusd chart and look at the data, you will come to understand what is actually happening in the market, why the market hasn't dropped aggressively ever since they maxed out. And that's because after offloading their long, after taking some profit on their long, they added it back, but on their short they are not really doing much on their short. You can see ever since they start taking profit on their long here, they took profit on their short. They added 7,008, they took 2,000 profit there, they add 3,000, they add 3,000, they add 4,000, they took 9,000. You can see that they have not really focusing on short. All they have been doing is taking profit on long, add a little on short and take profit on short. That's what the institutions has been doing, because they are trying to lower the retail traders into taking a massive long position, believing that the markets will continue moving to the upside before they will start dropping down the price aggressively. Because the truth is that the institution doesn't want us, the retail traders, to make money, so they will make sure that there are no sellers left in the market before they will start dropping market. Because if the institutions want to sell, they have to offload their buys to someone before they will be able to sell. So they are on the process of offloading those their long positions to the retail traders and taking over the short that the retail traders has been holding before dropping price. And you can see on the chart here, they took profits here, market dropped, they start adding back, market rally to the upside. Now we got this, they are adding currently, and we are getting this drop. So if they are adding back on their long, we are getting this drop. What do you think is happening? This is head and shoulder. So as they add back on those longs now, we expect to see that reaction to the upside. This is where they are going to kill those retail traders, because once they contact this demand zone here, they will probably use it to move price to the upside. And when they start moving this price to the upside, you will see a lot of retail traders will get into longs here. And when they get into longs here, they will be expecting the market to continue moving to the upside. And when this right hand here completes, you will see this market will shoot to the downside aggressively, and everybody that was holding long here will be swept out. If most retail traders who don't use stop loss, when the market drop aggressive here, they will be on a massive drawdown. They will be hoping, the market is going to is going to continue to the upside, and the market will we keep moving aggressive to the downside. That's when because the institutions has taken over all the sales on the market and offload their buys to the retail traders. That's why the market is going to drop aggressively. So I'm not going to really go like use this episode as teaching. I'm just trying to show you guys how I trade with the CFCT data and how all the trades that I've been calling out has been playing out pretty well. So on the 4-hour charts here, this is what I'm expecting to see on the 4-hour charts here. There is a possibility that we'll get something like this, before we start seeing that massive drop to the upside. I think we are going to start seeing a buying momentum coming in on the 4-hour time frame when this demand zone gets contacted or probably get removed. The demand zone was shied off here, like some traders will call it fake breakout here. Then EMA 200 held it, the market continued to the upside. If you got this trade here, this would have been a very nice trade. If you guys, like people that have been following me, and most everyone on the Telegram group knows that I don't joke with the EMA 200, because whenever the EMA 200 crosses, it gives a lot of signal. That's why on my chart, both on the daily and the 4-hour charts, you always see that wherever the EMA 200 crosses on my chart, I always mark it out. You can see when the market crossed here, you can see that it pushed to the upside, come back, retest it. This was a very nice signal to buy. And you can see when the market came here back, it touched it again, another very nice signal to long to the upside. Then you can see now we are getting trend reversal now. EMA 200 is above candlestick as well now, so there is a possibility that this right shoulder will not really be what we are expecting. There is a possibility that this market will come here, and when it gets once they contact this EMA 200 backs, we start seeing that drop to the downside like so. But I will be watching in case if the market gets here. This would be a very nice zone to get into the market. But if not, if it gets to this EMA 200 and couldn't break it above, I will add to my position around here and held the market to the downside. That's what I'm expecting from the from GBP USD. I'm not really going to go into a lot of trade. Same thing with Euro USD as well. Same thing with Euro USD. I haven't really been trading Euro USD for a while now. I've been focusing on GBP. But Euro USD, as you can see, demand zone on the daily time frame here. After the supply got removed, the market came back and retested the demand here and push up. We got something like a double top. Now we are seeing the market inside this demand zone, which I believe that is going to be removed. But after it is removed, I expect to see a buying momentum on the market for the price to move to the upside a bit before we start seeing that significant drop to the downside, just like I just explained on GBP USD. AUD USD, this is the one, you know, I'm still holding a trade here as well. I'm holding a trade on GBP USD and I'm currently holding a trade on AUD USD. AUD USD here, if you watch on my Twitter or the Telegram group, I called out this trade, I think on Tuesday or so, on Tuesday or Wednesday. I called out this trade for you guys. I posted this trade on my Telegram and I posted this trade on Twitter as well. You know, I posted this trade. I told you guys that when this market was around this area, that I expect this significant drop to start coming in. And immediately after I posted this trade, I jumped into the shorts here, which I'm currently holding the short right now. And ever since then, the market has been, you know, moving to the downside, as you can see very nicely, and now it's contacting EMA 200 here. So when the market opens, I expect this market to come into this demand zone around here then and have reaction to the upside. I might be closing this trade when it gets here and go into this short time long, depending then on how this one play out. But on the longer time, I'm expecting AUD USD to be very weak because the market is overpriced. So let me quickly dive into which other pair. Gbpcd. Gbpcd is a very nice one. I've been calling out this trade for months now. If you've been following me, we got our first shot here, dropped here, the market pushed back to the upside. I got my first entry somewhere around here. Unfortunately, it didn't play out. It pushed to the upside. I got my second entry here. So immediately the market dropped to here. I quickly closed this first entry, and before the market closed on Friday, I closed out this market because if head and shoulder is forming on GBP USD, which is likely the same thing I'm seeing here, look at it, the shoulder, the head. So we are probably going to see another head here before I start jumping into this market again. Which other pair? Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys about 2 to 3 different nice trade that I'm expecting to trade for the coming week, which I'm expecting to get entry apart from the ones I'm already holding trades on. The first pair I'm going to be showing you guys is USDCHF. USDCHF, if you are following me on the Telegram group, you will know that when this market was around this area, I told you guys that based on these two pin bar here, this rejection candle, that you know this market is likely going to move to the upside here. because the institutions were taking profit on their long position aggressively, but they were not really doing anything on their short, which I'm going to be showing you guys. So I posted the chart. I told you guys that once this market breakout, break above this daily supply zone around this area, that I'm going to be jumping into this sell. Unfortunately, I got my first entry here, which I closed it here. I'm going to show you guys on the 4-hour time frame. I wanted to get into another long position here, but because I was holding a lot of position, I'm currently holding about 4 to 5 different pairs, so I didn't end up jumping on this trade because I don't want to be on so many risks at the same time. So I have to wait for a proper confirmation, which the market has given me. A supply zone has been taken out, so I'm going to go on the 4 hours and look for pullback to swing this one. If we go on the weekly time frame, you see that this is a very nice swing. You see, this is a very nice swing, a very massive engulfing candle. Let me show you my weekly charts. Okay, so on the weekly charts, looking at the weekly charts here, you see that this market is getting into a difficult zone on the weekly. This is a weekly supply area which hasn't been contacted in the past. So based on this, market is coming to this zone for the first time. We don't know how it's going to play out, but I expect to see a reaction to the downside. There is a possibility for this market to even come into this zone here, but that's not what I'm actually expecting because of the data. So I'm expecting to see this a pullback to a little pullback based on the daily time frame, before the market will end up taking out this zone. This is my overall target here above here, this EMA 200, and as you can see, the market has been moving nicely on this trend line, first touch, and that's what I'm expecting. So let me go back to my main charts. Okay, looking at my main charts here, you can see the market is looking nice, and the market has been trading nice on this trend line here, first touch here. Would I say this is second touch, or maybe let's just use this as the second touch since this didn't get there. Then the third touch here, which is where we are going to see the significant drop to the downside. So I'm expecting this market to come all the way to this zone here before we see that big selling to the downside. That's what I'm expecting to see on Usdchf. So let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Okay, looking at the 4-hour time frame here, you can see on the 4-hour time frame that EMA 200 has been crossed. You can see I mark it out after the market traded on this consolidation. This consolidation was over a month or so. Yeah, this consolidation was over a month. The market consolidated around this area for over a month. You can see this is my first entry here, which I took profits here. It dropped. I missed out this entry here. Like I said, I'm currently holding a lot of other positions. So what I'm going to do here is on the 4-hour time frame, I'm going to wait to see if this market will come back to this demand around this area. Then I will start looking for my long to the upside. This is what I will be looking to see on Usdchf for the coming week. So which other pair okay, let me work on USDJPY. This one, the USDJPY, is actually a very interesting one. So if you look at USDJPY, the highest maxed out on their long position is 237,000 on long, and when the market got to 223,000 on long, the institution started taking profit aggressively, and the market dropped, and their short position max out is 105,000, and we see their short position got to 104,690, and we can see that the institutions has already started taking profit, 9,000 profits, but they have not yet started adding on their long aggressively. We have seen that sign that yes, the big money are coming into the market. They have started taking profit on their long position, and on their short position, and slowly getting into long. You can see they didn't really do much with their long here. Or on the charts here, let's look at the daily charts here. If you look at the daily charts here, you can see that this market has already breaking a supply zone. This market was doing lower low, lower high, lower low here, then break of structure here. As this breaks of structure happen, a supply zone got removed. So what I'm actually expecting to see is something like this to come back to here before we start seeing that massive buying to the upside. That's what I'm expecting to see on USDJPY, because the institutions are currently taking profit on their short position and slowly getting into short. If you have been following me and you are on the Telegram group, you know that we have been using the CFCT data very well, and it's been very effective to our chart. This is the most important part of my trading, CFCT data and the supply and demand. So whenever I track this data, it helps me know the direction to expect the market to go. So let's quickly watch gold. Gold and silver is actually nice. Okay, looking at gold here, you can see that gold is inside a box and inside a demand zone. This demand zone has been tested 1, 2, this is like the third time, and we are seeing this market consolidating. There is a possibility for this market to break to the upside and continue. But am I looking to trade good to the upside? The answer is no, because the institutions are currently taking profit. They have shown a sign of profit taking on their long position. We can see that the max out number on long service position is 408,000, and the institution got to 387,000 on their long position. And what do we see this week? They took 17,500 profit on the long position, though they have not started adding on short. They took 2,000 profit on short as well. So I'm not really interested in longing gold. If you guys know, for a very long time I stopped trading gold around this area because I've been expecting this profit taking, which actually didn't happen. So I didn't trade all this move. Yes, you might be like, oh, I missed all this move. It's not a nice move. Something else could have happened. So I haven't been trading gold because I've been waiting patiently for the institution to get maxed out on their long and start getting into short before I will start shorting gold. So looking at good daily time frame here, this is good. This is my good daily time frame here. As you can see, first touch, second touch, this is like the third touch of the trend line. Overall target that I'm looking at good is 2,750 before we start seeing that significant drop, if possibly that good is going to go up more. But what I'm seeing here, I don't think that's happening. Yes, this three candle, you can call it a rejection candle. This candle can be called a hanging man. This one can be as well be called a hanging man. This can be called a spindle top. But I like to see them all as a very indecisive candles, like indecisive candles. So this is actually telling me that the sellers are trying to come into this market, but buyers are not giving them the room to come in here. So that is giving me that there is nothing really going on, no much information for me to trade here. So I have to wait to see if buyers are going to continue pushing the market into this 2007 or 2750, or this demand zone here will be removed and this trend line will be broken. Once I see this trend line broken to the downside, I will be looking for the market to start creating a supply zone and opportunity for me to start longing, which I'm going to go down to the 4-hour time frame to look for my entry. Based on that, I trade with the data. If this market comes here or probably push out and give fake breakout, I start shorting and it's very early. Once EMA 200 is crossed here, I'll be looking to start adding to my position, because EMA 200 is very important in my trading. And if you understand how to use it, if you have been following me on Telegram group or on Twitter, and I've been monitoring my chat, seeing how I call out trade using the EMA 200, you will understand how I use it, and you understand that it works very effectively. I don't depend on it, but it's an additional information, additional confirmation for entry. That's what I use it to do, and it helps you identify trend. So which other pair should I go on? Okay guys, I'm not really here to actually teach you guys. I just wanted to show you guys a couple of pairs that I'm looking at and what I'm expecting from them for the coming week. I'm actually holding a trade here, though I didn't get in on this one very early like as I wanted to, because I should have gotten in here, but unfortunately I got my entry here. And why do I decided to long this market? Looking at the daily time frame here, yes, there is here you can see that a demand zone was removed here, bullish engulfing got created. Then I took this market here, and I'm expecting, if this market doesn't end up shooting to the upside and we roll to the downside, this is the zone I'm looking to add to my position. And if I'm to go on the weekly chart, let me show you guys why I placed that trade. This is the weekly charts here. You can see that this market broke structure around this area, lower. Okay, let's count this lower. Let me just call this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high here, lower low, then break of structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, then higher high. We are still on this higher low here. This demand zone has been tested for the second time. You see it created here, it came here, tested it, pushed here, we got this rejection on this supply here. The market dropped and came into here, contacted EMA 200 on the weekly chart. You can see how this week closed as a massive rejection candle. So there is a possibility for next week candle or the coming week candle to come as a bearish candle to retest this zone, before pushing to the upside, which if that happens, I'm going to be adding to my position around this area. And if this market continue pushing to the upside, then I'm already in position, because you have to understand that using the supply and demand methodology will help you to identify the areas where the big money coming into the market, where to buy high and sell low. If you look at this area, look at this massive 2-to-1 imbalance candle here, look at how aggressive this is. Big money coming into the market, and you will not tell me that the big money, the institutions that came into the market, is already done. No, they are not done. They just got into a significant supply area here, and the market moved to the downside for the short time, because what I know is that the institutions that offloaded their position here, they are not yet done offloading their position. So that's why the market came back here, to grab more liquidity for the institutions to offload the rest of their position before we start seeing that aggressive buying to the upside. Which, if this demand zone here got removed, then I will be stopped out, because my stop loss is something below this area. I'm a swing trader, I hold trades for months. So let's go back to my main charts. Okay, looking at my main chart, so this what I'm expecting, guys. So this is all for this episode. not really much, but I hope you find a couple of pairs here you can trade. Hope you find a couple of pairs helpful. And if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and give us a like. And if you are looking to add my trade ideas to yours to trade weeks to week, feel free to join the Telegram group, which I'm going to leave the link below on this video. One love and peace, guys. Don't forget to leave a like, and if you have any question, drop the question on the comment section. I will be happy and willing to assist in any way I can. Love and peace. And the Gbpusd once again.